What if Earth had rings? Humans are used to seeing the moon in the sky almost every night. We literally take our satellite for granted. But what if one fine evening you looked up at the sky and didn't see it? Instead, you would see a ring just like the ones that Saturn has. Today, Smart is the New Sexy is going to ponder upon this question and imagine what our world would be like with rings. Earth probably used to have a ring. Scientists believe that our planet had a ring some time ago, very long time ago actually. They suppose the ring appeared in the formation of Earth's moon. According to the generally accepted giant impactor hypothesis, a planet named Theia collided with Earth in the distant past. This collision caused an explosion of matter to rocket into Earth's orbit. That matter formed a ring which eventually coalesced into the moon we see today. If this ring of debris had existed within the Roche limit, Earth might still have a ring instead of a moon. But what is this Roche limit? In 1848, the French mathematician Edward Roche calculated that if a large satellite were to approach too closely to a planet, it would be torn apart by the planet's gravitational forces. This happens because the gravitational attraction of a planet on a moon is not equal. The planet pulls more on the side of the moon closest to it and less on the side further away. If the moon gets too close, this unequal pull can become great enough to tear the moon apart. Every planet has what is called a Roche limit. Some theories about Saturn's rings. Some astronomers believe that Saturn's rings are material that was unable to form into a moon because it lies within the planet's Roche limit. The gravitational pull of Saturn prevents particles from clumping together to form a moon. Another idea popular among scientists suggests that during the time when Saturn was first forming, it had one or more moons just outside its Roche limit. The bigger a planet is, the more gravity it has, and the more gravity it has, the bigger its Roche limit is. So as Saturn grew larger, its Roche limit grew too. The limit soon moved past the inner moons. These moons soon broke apart. The remnants of the destroyed moons eventually formed the magnificent rings we see today. There may still be large pieces of these ancient moons within the rings. They would be much smaller than their ancestors, but 1,000 times larger than a typical ring particle. Another theory suggests that a few 100 million years ago, at a time when the early ancestors of the dinosaurs were roaming Earth, Saturn may have had no rings at all. The rings formed when one or more small moons wandered too close to Saturn. When they got within the Roche limit, Saturn's gravity ripped them apart. After millions of years of bumping against one another, the pieces of moon were ground into the tiny particles that form the rings today. Any one of these scenarios could have produced a ring around the Earth. It hardly matters, since wondering what our planet would look like with a ring is really just an exercise in imagination. What would happen if Earth had rings? If Earth's original ring were still in place, or if by some other collision new rings had formed in Earth's orbit, the view of these rings from Earth would vary. It would all depend on your latitude and which direction you were facing. From the equator, the rings would be passing directly overhead. Since you'd be looking in the same plane as the rings, all you will see is a bright line arcing from horizon to horizon. If we travel just a little further north to Guatemala, the rings begin to spread across the sky. The Earth light illuminating the dark side of the moon is many times brighter than we're accustomed to, due to the increased sunlight being reflected from the rings. Moving to somewhere in Polynesia on the Tropic of Capricorn, at 23 degrees south latitude, a 180-degree panorama gives an idea of what a magnificent sight the rings would be. The dark oval-shaped break in the middle of the ring is the Earth's shadow. During the course of every night, you would be able to watch it sweep across the ring like the hand of a god's own wristwatch. Here it is midnight, with the shadow at its fullest extent. The edge of the shadow is tinged an orangish pink as sunlight passes through the Earth's atmosphere. From Washington, the rings begin to sink below the horizon, though they would still be an awe-inspiring sight as they dominate the sky both day and night. At the Arctic Circle, the rings barely reach above the horizon. Seen here from Nome, Alaska, the brilliant rings illuminate the barren landscape scarcely more than a full moon would. Unlike the sun or moon, however, the rings neither rise nor set. They are always visible day or night, always in exactly the same place. Cities near the equator, like Jakarta, Indonesia, would see a ring around Earth more as a straight line across the sky. Generally speaking, the farther away you were from the equator, the more the appearance of the rings would change. And just as the moon currently does, the rings would reflect sunlight back to Earth at night and appear to glow in the night sky. The rings would probably reflect so much sunlight that the planet would never fully plunge into darkness, but remain in a gentle twilight even in the depth of night. During the day, the rings could potentially cause light levels on Earth to skyrocket. And just think of all the new sayings we'd have to come up with. We'd no longer shoot for the moon, but aim for our rings instead. According to our video, how would rings look from the place you live in? Please let us know in the comments. And remember to click subscribe to stay among the smart and the sexy.